So after day 2, I get back to the house, get everything done. I feel good, I feel relaxed, and I'm beat up. I fished hard for 2 days, 3 days of practice. I go to sleep. I sleep for 3 hours, and I get up to go to the bathroom. I couldn't go back to sleep. And it wasn't like I was nervous, but dude, a 10-pound lead, 10 pounds. I mean, after 2 days, 10-pound lead, that's a lot, man. That wasn't what I kept thinking about. Like, all I was thinking about was how this bite was evolving. That deep bite, I knew it was going away. I was gonna have to adjust to catch them on day 3 and then hopefully day 4. So all I was thinking about, man, like, what are all of my options to catch these fish on the St. John's? I was thinking about places I'd fished. I mean, I've been there for so many times and I fished so many sections of the river. I was thinking about all these different ways that I had caught fish. I knew some were moving on beds. I knew fish were, kind of using those canals. They spawn in there. I knew things were starting to happen with those lily pads. But I didn't want to completely desert the way I caught 26 plus pounds the first day. So, man, I just had all these thoughts in my head and I could not go back to sleep. And after that second night of the tournament, I think I slept 3. I may have slept 4 hours, but I guarantee you it was not what my body needed to recover. My brain would just not let myself go to sleep. All right, we started out day 3. Thought we were gonna snag us a few on them pads. Didn't really work out like that. Got us 1. So now we're going up here to Rodman at the 9 o'clock lock. See what we can do.
Kind of going out.
So, you want to go ahead?
Good.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Duke. Good luck.
Watch out for that log. I don't want it to get caught in the hole. I was gonna catch it with my motor, just kind of drag it out of the leg.
I think we gotta wait for it to open up a little more. Because it's gonna catch on that side of the wall.
Yeah.
I think I can twist it.
Good luck, Cruz.
Thanks, man. You too.
Your head down.
That's right.
One at a time.
Just need to get to picking one off here and there. I can still see fish swimming around here and there, like right on the cover where they're supposed to be. But they're just not cooperative. Day 3 started out, I did the math. I knew I just needed a small limit to make sure I fished day 4. That if you can't get to day 4, you can't win the tournament. So I wanted to make sure I got to day 4, and I went out there fishing deep, started out, and never had a bite for almost an hour. And I said, yep, that's it. I'm pulling the plug on the deep thing. The deep thing is done. It's over with. And I was mixing in the jerk bait, trying to keep them honest. But I just really didn't dial in that jerk bait bite as well as I thought I did. I went to some backup stuff that I knew where the fish would be moving to, some shallow lily pads, 2 different types of pads, but the real shallow ones were where I knew I could catch a limit. They may not weigh but 7 pounds, 8 pounds, but I knew I could catch a limit. As I go over there, I see this lily pad clump. I made a flip over there with the quiver, and the rest is history. Oh, Lord Jesus. Stay on there, big girl. Stay on. Quiver will deliver, baby.
All right. Why'd you just make that move, John?
Oh man, that whole deep bite. I just felt like those fish were leaving. I wasn't seeing them. They weren't there. I felt like they're moving. Withdrew,
Drew Cook told me he caught that good bag off beds. They're moving. I knew that there's a lot of beds in this area. So here we are. We'll put old head in that live well. Go pitch around some of these shallow pads. The shallow pads where I saw the beds, but my guess is if they're moving up, if the fish are moving up, they're going to hit these clumps first, which is what old head was at right there.
After I caught that big one, it really settled me down. I knew I made the right adjustment. I picked up the fluke and just proceeded to catch like 4 or 5 keepers in about 45 minutes.
Little 14 ouncer. Pretty. Well, okay, one's pretty. Pretty pretty. Black one. You sucker. Hey yo! No pike were harmed in the making of this video.
I got myself up to 13 pounds. Then I went back out and started trying to catch those bigger ones on those deeper lily pads, but that just wasn't happening. So then I thought, man, I'm gonna make one more adjustment. I'm gonna go back to the river, see if we can't catch a couple more of those big chatterbait fish. It never really panned out. So I ended up with that 13 pounds. It retained my lead, but now all of a sudden I've got John Cox breathing down my neck. I've got, Massa is right there. He's only 5 pounds behind. So my 10-pound lead shrunk to about 3 pounds and 5 pounds over third. So, I still had the lead, but it shrunk, and I knew I was gonna have to bring it on day 4.
We made it to day 4. Made it to day 4, had 13 pounds thanks to that 6-pounder. That was a lifesaver, but John Cox just laid a sack on the scales. 31 pounds, cut them all off bed as you might expect, but he just caught that bag, and now he is only 3 pounds behind me. 3 pounds behind me, and Massa is like 5 pounds behind me, 5.5 pounds, and I think it's pretty much a 3-way shootout unless somebody catches a mega bag and the 3 of us don't. But we just got to get some work done tomorrow, so let's roll. Let's go get it done. Let's go get it done. Let's try that.
Day 4, I started out on that big lily pad stretch where I had caught fish multiple years. We had a different weather day. We had rain, we had a little bit of wind to start out the morning. That is like prime ingredients. When you combine that with a low tide for those lily pads, it's perfect. And sure enough, it didn't take long and I started putting fish in the boat.
same set. It was good luck.
I didn't see that.
It was good luck. Another keeper.
Catch another, and I'm gonna duct tape that to your head.
Like a real hard. Now that you found it, hold up, brother. One hit it. I'm pretty sure one hit it right there. Yeah, that's right at 2 pounds, I'd say. Oh, we go under. We go under. All right. Keep putting them in the boat.
Started putting those fish in the box. Made one little adjustment to a new stretch that I hadn't fished very much. That's where I caught that big 4.5 pounder, and it was wild how I flipped over to the pad edge. I let that chatterbait sink down to the bottom, and when I lifted up, that fish was on there. It was really cool.
Come on, baby.
Come on, yeah, come on.
Still had a little lingering clouds, but it was getting ready to break to be sunny. I thought, okay, I'm running up to Rodman. I'm gonna check some of this deep stuff a little bit just to make sure. If not, I can go catch some of those fish on those shallow pads. We can cull up as much as we can, see where we can get. And I stopped. I had about 5 minutes to fish. I stopped right before the lock and fished some lily pads, some deeper lily pads that looked just like the lily pads I'd caught fish on earlier, and threw the chatterbait over there and made one pull with the chatterbait. I saw my line jump and it was on.
That's the kind of coals we need.
Yeah, baby.
Went up to Rodman and you know, bounced around for an hour and a half. I tried the deep fish, not happening. Went over there, tried the shallow fish, but I knew that, you know, 1.5 to 2 pounders was not gonna do anything for me because I already had 16 pounds. So I tried some different tactics, tried some bigger fish things, some chatterbaits, some topwater stuff, nothing, no bites. I didn't pick up the fluke because I just didn't need to catch 1.5 to 2 pound fish. And after about hour and a half, 2 hours, I said, I need to get back down on the river. I need to get back down on the river. So as I'm running back down to the river, all of a sudden there's this big windstorm that comes up, and I look and you could see a dark line of clouds, and we had this little crazy windstorm with some rain associated with it. And I got excited because when that happens in Florida, you better either pick up a chatterbait or a spinnerbait. And that's exactly what I did. So that, I mean, it was third cast or whatever, caught that good one, culled a little bit. I said, man, I've only got like 5 or 10 minutes before the lock. We got this little windstorm. I can see that the line is short, So we're gonna get like a little wind and rain and then it's gonna be over. So I go right back out, you know, like a couple casts later, I'll hook into Shamu. I mean, this fish is legit. I thought it was gonna, when it jumped, I thought it was gonna be like one of those 8 or 10 pounders. I mean, it was really pulling, my line was singing, and I thought, here we are, this is the one I need, this is gonna close it out. And that fish came up and jumped and came off.
There he is. There. Oh.
Losing that fish really didn't bother me as much as it normally does. I mean, if I lose a 3-pounder in some tournaments, dude, I am like totally beside myself, like so mad at myself for whatever reason. But for some reason in that tournament, I think it was partially because I had a short window before the lock. I knew, I said, man, don't be an idiot. Don't throw a fit like a 3-year-old. Let's see how many more casts we can make before that lock, and then we'll be upset about it in the lock. And that was kind of my mentality. So I just kept at it, and we didn't get another bite before the lock, but I thought, okay, that helped us out. Now we're gonna have more than 16 pounds, maybe close to 17. Let's get down back to the river, get your butt in gear, and start figuring out how to catch another fish to get as much weight as possible.
There he is.
Oh, they give up. 2-pounder. Yeah, he's not gonna help.
Is it gonna be enough? You know, does Cox have 20 pounds? Like, what is he gonna have? Does somebody else have a monster bag and gonna come out of nowhere? What's it gonna be? So as I was checking in, man, I was really uncertain about whether I was gonna be able to hold off the field or if I was gonna be able to take that blue trophy home. I couldn't stand the suspense, so I checked on Bass Track just to see where I was standing, and I realized, uh-oh, it's really between me and Bob Downey. Like, who would have suspected Bob Downey in 7th place would drop another massive bag like he dropped on the first day of the tournament, and it said he had 27 on Bass Track. He was 3 pounds light in the first day of the tournament, so I was thinking, golly, if he's got more than 30, it's gonna be tight. It's gonna be real close. I did the math like 60 times in my head. I knew it was gonna be tight.
£58, Bob, come on up here. One of these guys, 58 pounds, 3 ounces, looking for 15 pounds, 14 ounces, 17 pounds and an ounce. 17-1 with 75 pounds, 4 ounces. John Cruz is a 2-time Bassmaster Elite Series champion. Cruz controls the St. Johns River and becomes a 2-time Bassmaster Elite Series champion. Woo!
Oh my gosh. So that just happened. We just won the tournament. Just check this out. It's been kind of crazy since the weigh-in. That's right. It's coming home with me. It's been kind of crazy. Just finally pulled the boat out. Weighed in 2 hours ago. Had to take pictures and sign a bunch of autographs. Really cool. Really awesome. Love doing that. I still got to put all my stuff away. And then there's my dad over here.
Hey, John.
And
Congratulations.
there's Alan and Josh over there.
Oh yeah,
so,
way to go, man. Great
we just did it. That was still sinking in. So
great victory.
great victory. Now on to the Harris chain. I'll be on the water tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning. Yes, sir.
That's what we do.
Hey, John, I have